There's no other organization in nursing that does what the Academy does. And the fact that we have the leaders across all sectors that are nurses really gives us an opportunity to have that voice in a very different way.
We have evolved a long way in terms of our early beginnings with wanting to affect or influence policy. I think in the future, as our science becomes stronger and as we become more sophisticated with how you bring together multiple perspectives from various different organizations and different disciplines, as we put those together and begin to evolve policy in the same, it will make a big impact and make a big difference for those multiple perspectives.
And I've loved the provocative topics that have occurred and issues that have been raised in the Academy over the years. I think it's a very large think tank, and I think that's really a very important function for the Academy.
The Academy has had significant impact in part because of its mission, really committed to influencing and informing health policy, and in part because of the inherent strengths and expertise of the members themselves. So my point is there's a really solid foundation, a recognition, and then the requisite expertise to inform and drive a meaningful, substantive public health policy. Having said that, when we look back at what the Academy has done in terms of actually working to inform health policy, across the years, there have been a number of different issues that the Academy has weighed in on, really issues of utmost importance to individuals, families, and population health.
In the early days of the HIV epidemic, I chaired the HIV panel for the Academy. We had several national meetings drawing attention to the issues to nursing care, to challenges of living with HIV.
The American Academy of Nursing was pretty quick out of the gate to submit a substantial amount of information in response to the provisions of the Affordable Care Act, which arguably is the most important, most impactful health policy of my generation of nurses.
We brought the Have You Ever Served to the Academy because we knew that this was a group of people who would understand and appreciate the importance of this, but also would be able to contribute with time, as time went on, with their own thoughts and their own ideas about what we should be putting on the card. I had the honor this year to complete doing Zoom calls to every state in the union to talk to them about Have You Ever Served when they're working with veterans who, or an unknown person that might be a veteran, just to help them actually be able to identify those who are veterans. And it's become very popular. I'm thankful for that.
When I was president, the school shooting occurred at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida. And that was just horrific. And one of the things that I mentioned earlier about working with Suzanne in her role is that we realized that to make any impact, we had to work even in policy statements with other organizations, and not just organizations that we are 100% aligned with. What I think we had to say was, we're going to sign off with many organizations on call for common sense, gun reform, and that was really amazing.
The American Academy of Nursing has harnessed its technology to push out on a regular basis information about key health policy topics being deliberated at the federal level, both the executive branch as well as the legislative branch. And that allows nurse leaders from across the American Academy of Nursing to A, not just be informed, but B, to be able to act in real time on that information.
We have to continue and remember that the voice of nurses are powerful. And the fact that we are the most trusted profession, not the most trusted health profession, the most trusted profession for years in a row, that trust is only worth something if we leverage it to tell the truth, to share with the public, to say things like, gun violence is a public health crisis.
As I have become more knowledgeable of the living legends in the Academy, I see that they follow that very same tune. They go where the work takes. And that's what I hope for the future, because I have no idea what the future will be like. But I know that we nurses game enough to want to try to make it better.
For the next 50 years, I see us as becoming the policy organization, not only for nurses, but for others, for professionals, because we got it early. We figured it out early. We know practice and policy are intertwined.